forward. 8th of February, Rabbi Moore, Parsha Hashavua with Rashi, Mishpatim.
To marry her, this money which he gives her, so he gives to the father, will also count as kesef kiddushin, as kesef for marriage. So Mela, therefore, the master, if he decides to marry her, he doesn't have to give a separate ma'aseh kiddushin, a separate act of marrying her.
Well, there's no ring, in other words?
A ring or whatever. It doesn't have to give her. By the way, a ring is only a minhag. He can give her a 1 shekel coin if he wants. It's also good enough. Okay. The minhag has become to give a ring, but one doesn't. It doesn't have to be that way. A koponim. So therefore, Lamaisa, all that will be now, if he decides to marry her, all that's incumbent upon him is now only to do a Maisa Nisui, to actually bring her into his house, which according to some opinions, that is the act of Nisui. Okay, that's why Rashi uses the, so Rashi says, oh, but this particular girl, right, he didn't, the master doesn't really particularly like her. He doesn't really want to marry her. Okay? Okay, so that's what Rashi says. Now, so that's what Rashi goes. It's like, in a way, this is a preamble to the next Rashi.
Let's see. Asher lo Ye'ada. That he did not designate her. Shehaya lo le Ya'ada ule Nisa lo le Isha. That it was for him.
Means
he should have designated her for marriage, to marry her for himself, for a wife, to be his wife. He should have.
Right.
The kesef ki niyasa hu kesef kiddush sheha, and the money of her purchase is the money of her kedushin. The Khan Ramaz la lecha hakasuv she mitzvah biyaud. Biyiud. And here it's a hint for you from the pasuk. The pasuk hints to you that it's a mitzvah. Biyiud. What's biyiud?
Yiud is a form of marriage specific to women who have, or girls who have originally been maidservants, that they now become married to the master. So in other words, the Torah in a way gives an option for any person or any man that if he wants to acquire a Jewish maidservant, he should do so with the idea being that this maidservant is not stam a slave girl, but this maidservant will eventually be his wife. And therefore, that's why the Torah puts it in these terms. Okay, and so it's especially this form of marriage is called yiud. It means like yiud means to be designated. So in other words, he buys this maidservant with the idea of that she should be designated for him as a wife. And when he does decide to marry her, then she becomes automatically, and that's what Rashi says the next few words. The Torah is telling you that she doesn't require any further kiddushin. So let's say, give an example. Ruvain acquires himself a 6-7-year-old girl as a maidservant. Okay, so and then after a year or two, she's been working for him. He says, "Oh, she's a nice girl. I'll marry her." Right? That's what he should be doing. He should marry her, and when he does decide to marry her, he doesn't need to do a new act of kiddushin with the father, because the original act of acquisition of this girl as a maidservant from the father is enough.
He doesn't have to wait until she's 12?
No, because the point is that the father is the one who's really the one doing the kiddushin with the husband. Whereas the husband is acquiring this girl as his wife, and the acquisition is from the father. Just like a man is allowed to marry a katana, a young girl, by giving the father money for kiddushin.
Wow.
Okay, so this is like here, which it will be a 2-stage process rather than just a regular kiddushin, which is only a 1-stage process. Okay, you'll have to excuse me, but we'll have to end just here because it's pretty short because I have to go. But Bezat Hashem, we'll meet next week. Bezat Hashem, Parshas Truma.
Excellent. Have a good Shabbos, Rabbi.
Have a good Shabbos and have a good Kodesh.
And a good Chodesh too, yeah. That's
Okay,
why he's
Mayor.
leaving early. Okay, be
right.
well, Luke.
All right, see you, Mayor.